So, is there more to the person than the dementia? Well, if you know the history, of course there is. Like, yeah, I had dementia, but I still have a life. It was given to me to use whichever way I choose, really. The first part of my life was spent in pursuance of things that pleased me. I could do driving in cars, jumping off piers and things, climbing mountains, writing poetry and children's stories. They're good. I built gardens and laid patios and built fencing and planted more trees and flowers, and there's probably stars in the blinking sky. But all those things about me just fade into nothing and get set aside, because when people see me, adults that is, mostly, all they see is dementia. That's all they see. Dementia. Yeah, it's like almost like a badge of shame, you know, blazoned across your chest. Sorry, it's like there's a fence or a wall that people can't see through, because they can't see behind, like, you know, that some don't even want to, like, you know. When I got excuse me, a bit high. When I got diagnosed, I decided that I took a sideways step in my life. Still my life, it's a different life, but it's still my life. And I'm damned if I'll just curl up in a blinking ball somewhere in the dark and wait for God to come get me. He's far too busy with other things going on the planet anyway, worry about me. I don't plan to go through them pearly gates with a pristine body, as healthy as can be, and not scratch or emotional scar to be seen anywhere. No, I want to skid full throttle, losing my very last drop of energy and breath, my life force completely sapped to emptiness, knowing that I used every single second of being here doing something useful for people with dementia, that in the future, like, not me, but in the future, like, you know. So I enrolled in most studies that I kind of come across or stumble across on the internet. I go to peer meetings, which is always good, because it's like a two-way thing, give and take, like, you know, as I'm able to. And I'm really happy when I go to the schools and talk to little children's, and also I like taking somebody that comes to one of the memory cafes and who's got their fortitude is breaking following their diagnosis. So I say, well, look, it's not the end of the world. Yes, it will be one day, but not today, like, you know. And I also try to help with the furtherance of the awareness even of dementia. I've told you all the figures, like, it's still going on, you know, but people say, how can you do that? You know, why are you doing that? Just sit at home and do nothing, wait, like, you know. And I said, well, it's helping me, because the more things I do keeps the brain cells oiled and working, you know. It gives me a purpose. It gives me a worth in the community, you know, where we all live, like, you know, and it validates me as a human being. So never ask me what I cannot do anymore, just what I can do for you. What was your question? What was the question again? What was the middle bit?